Welcome back, traders. Today we are talking about dynamic support and resistance lines, and it is one of my favorite indicators here in the new update of TRND Pro, and it really is important anyways to have support and resistance lines. And the majority of traders, day traders, whether that's short-term, mid-term traders, or even long-term traders, use support and resistance lines to help chart out their path when taking a trade, and also protect their trades themselves and getting into trades. They're just so important on every part of taking a trade, whether it's the entry or the exit, that you're always using them, right? So the dynamic support and resistance is going to take out all of the work for you and needing to chart your lines. So let's first get it enabled so that we can see it on our chart and break it down. First, go up to the top left corner and click on settings. Go all the way down here to dynamic support and resistance, enable it, and then click OK. Here on our screen, obviously we're on Bitcoin 4-hour time frame, and again, you can use these indicators and the dynamic support and resistance on any time frame with any stock, asset, whatever it is, every type of market. You of course just have to select it within TradingView, right? It's just whatever is available in TradingView, you're going to be charting on, and these indicators will be used on. So that being said, as we zoom out here, you can even see that these values are especially important, and these would be values that many of us would chart on our screen for support and resistance lines. So what the dynamic support and resistance indicator is doing, it is essentially pulling past historic data to give us significant values in the market, where the market has, and when I say market, that means also those candles themselves, have bounced off of a certain value, had a hard time breaking it, or have been rejected at a certain value multiple times. So multiple times meaning there have been multiple touch points on a certain value. So let's go ahead and break that down really fast before we jump into other parts of it. But again, dynamic support and resistance, it's automating the process of trying to find support and resistance lines and having to chart those out manually yourself. So, and as you can see, going through all of these, you'll see how accurate this really is compared to other indicators, and the hassle of having to chart them yourselves it takes a while, even though you can use certain ones for a long time. So that being said, we can here go to our chart and look at, just for example, this resistance line right here at 395, right? So this price point, $51,395, we can see that the market has come up and touched this, tried to break it, was rejected, came back down, and then a significant amount of times after that, it did the same thing where it tried to break it, couldn't, and was rejected. So a value, to be considered a value within this indicator and calculation itself, has to be touched historically multiple times in order to create this line here, just like how you would find a support and resistance line for yourself and manually doing that. So you can see that down here at this midway point. We can also see that multiple times it had a hard time breaking this line going down, and when it finally broke below, it had a hard time breaking back above, and so this line was created by the calculation. And here down below, we can see again multiple times wicks were touched here on this value, multiple candle bars, wicks again, and we can even see that continuing on until it finally broke down below and we had a run, right? So the whole point of support and resistance lines anyways is to help us divide up the market into segments, right? In a way, into segments, so that you can have a higher probability of understanding what the market may do when it gets to a certain value. For example, this resistance line right here at $51,395, we can tell that previously, since it's had a hard time breaking this line and breaking this line and breaking this line or value again, we know that once the market comes back up to this line, it's either going to have a hard time breaking this line, or if it finally commits past this value, then it has a good probability of finally breaking out and having a run. And that's vice versa. I mean, you can use that same understanding for many other ways to go about trading on support and resistance lines. But for example, right here, we came all the way down here, created new support lines. We had obviously wicks that were down here that tested this value, finally tested this final low point for Bitcoin here recently, and now we've finally broken out of this resistance line, and now we know that we're working with this channel right here, which is from this resistance line all the way down to this support line down here. So support lines are in green and resistance lines are in red. And that being said, you know, this signal I believe is a great signal because we do have room finally in this channel to come up to at least 50% of this channel. That's always an easy way of that's one way, of course, being able to trade is taking half of what's available, and then obviously, you know, taking profit or locking in profits. So again, support and resistance lines, there's so many ways to be able to trade them. Check out the strategies. We do talk about the strategies. We'll be uploading them actually really soon as we finish the videos for them. But strategies using the dynamic support and resistance and other indicators together in Confluence to be able to find entries like this one, where we have already locked in profit and just letting this run all the way up to the resistance line or close to the resistance line, or taking it halfway. Those are just different ways to go about using support and resistance lines. But again, you can of course use this on higher time frames. If we went to, for example, a 1 day, you guys would be able to see that the dynamic support and resistance is going to be applied here too, and they're going to also help us in being able to read what the market is doing, and be able to read those channels where we might have, you know, a breakout and continuation, or we're going to have a hard time breaking a certain line. So that being said, let us know if you guys have any questions. You're always welcome to create tickets. Ask the VIP and pro traders within the Discord and Insider member chat. Let us know if you need anything. Let us know your successes, and we are here to help you. And all of us are here, of course, to grow. So let's go ahead and get it. See you on the next video.